I'm so stupid. I'm not good enough. I'll never get anywhere in life. I'm a failure. I'm not even pretty.
I'm disgusting.
I'm so
I'm not
fat,
talented.
and I'm ugly.
I can't do anything. I'm a freak.
Everyone hates me.
I'm not athletic. I'm not smart.
Nobody likes me.
My life is falling apart.
Everyone's better than me.
HD, everybody.
What goes through your mind when you are upset?
When I'm upset, I usually think about my past because it was tougher for me. Or one of my best friends who passed away last summer.
How did your depression start?
My depression started when I was in 7th grade, I think. I just remember always having no energy at all and always feeling so sad and not connecting with anyone or not seeing like a point in anything, I guess.
What was the turning point to resolve your depression?
A couple months ago, it got to its highest point, I guess, and I ended up going to a treatment center for it, and that helped me a lot. As much as I hated being there, it was really helpful, and I learned better ways to cope with my depression than the ways I was dealing with it. So.
Any advice for others experiencing depression or anxiety?
I guess for depression, don't give up. Like, it gets better in the end, and I hated hearing that when people would always say, oh, it gets better and everything. But it really does. You have to work at it. If you want to get better, you have to work at it. And that's the same with anxiety. And with anxiety, it's like constant, like if you're having an anxiety attack, you feel like you're going to die. So, I mean, it's an awful feeling, but you have to be open to the help that, you know, like, for example, your parents want to give you.
What makes you feel confident?
What makes me feel confident is compliments, or when I get my pictures back.
Thusly.
What goes through your mind when you are upset?
I think that the feeling is gonna last forever. I always forget that it goes away, and I feel like the world is ending and I'm gonna die.
How did your depression start?
It started kind of in the beginning of high school because I wasn't really a good student, and it was like I was depressed because I was failing my classes, and then I was failing my classes because I was depressed because I couldn't do any work. So it was like a really bad cycle.
What was the turning point to resolve your depression?
Actually, it was when I switched schools and came here. Because it was like a fresh start, and now I'm doing really well in my classes, and like doing theater makes me really happy. Like, I've been doing a play at my old school, and that made me really happy, and then I stopped doing it. Like, the show ended, and then I was like doubly depressed, but so, yeah.
Any advice for others experiencing depression or anxiety?
Just that you should tell someone. Your parents can help you, a counselor can help you. If you need meds, the doctors will help you and get it to you. But you're not going to get better if you like keep it to yourself, or even just to your friends, because kids your age can't help you the way you need it. So.
What makes you feel confident?
When I think of everything I've overcome, like my eating disorder and self-harm.
Acacia.
What goes through your mind when you are upset?
A lot of different thoughts. Like, I think about things that make me upset, and then those thoughts build on each other, and it makes me more and more upset until the point where I just have to have a catharsis of some form, or just like cry it out, or I bottle up my emotions if I don't have time. If I'm thinking about when I'm upset, it's just like I think about things I could have done better in my life, and how those things would have affected me now.
How did your depression start?
My depression started kind of early on. I was always kind of a happy chick. I've always been happy, but like when when I came to school, I was bullied a lot in middle school and elementary school. That's when my depression really started.
What was the turning point to resolve your depression?
Actually, the turning point, I haven't thought about the turning point until just now. The turning point in resolving my depression is just like, I surrounded myself with really good friends, people that I could really trust, and friends that I knew were faithful and loyal to me and really liked to hang around me, and people I could actually talk to about my problems.
Any advice for others experiencing depression or anxiety?
My advice, the best advice that I could give you, or whoever, is to stay strong, because it will turn out okay. Don't give up. Don't hurt yourself, because literally it just continues to hurt you on in the future. And yeah.
What makes you feel confident?
What makes me feel confident is, like, what makes me feel confident is doing things that I find fun. I like to dance, and when people appreciate things I do, like if they say, oh, you're pretty good at dancing, or wow, you can horseback ride, that's pretty cool, or your outfit looks really nice today, because I don't have the best fashion sense in the world. It makes me really confident in what I'm doing, and it makes me feel better about myself in general.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oriana Freeman. Okay. What goes through your mind when you are upset?
I just think about like all the things I think are wrong with me and how I feel the other times when I'm upset.
How did your depression start?
It was kind of just like a buildup of a lot of little things. There was some family stuff, like my brother had gotten very, my brother and I had really grown apart, and I just didn't really know how to handle my stress.
What was the turning point for your depression?
Eventually I was just like, okay, I need to do something, and so I told my mom that I had depression, and she started to help me get help.
Any advice for people who are experiencing depression or anxiety?
If you feel like it's too much to handle, you should definitely tell someone that you need help, because it's not the end of the world when you get help and people want to help you.
What makes you confident?
When I surround myself with people that are happier and make me feel happier and like a better person. And yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Hannah Dyson. What goes through your mind when you're upset?
When I'm upset, I sort of catastrophize everything, and I make everything sort of blown up. So my mind just like races from like all the things that I think that are wrong with me. And
How did your depression start?
I'm not quite sure how my depression started. It happened in 7th grade, and I couldn't function anymore. My friends left me when I became like too much to handle, because I was really just bitter and cynical. And
What was the turning point to resolve your depression?
I'd been seeing a counselor for a couple of like a year or so, and so in 8th grade, and I couldn't resolve it by myself, so she eventually said that I needed to go on medication, and that's what really turned me around. Was the meds really helped me.
Any advice for others experiencing depression or anxiety?
My advice would be to get help from a professional, because when you try to talk to your friends about it, there's only so much that they can do. Everything will be okay in the end.
What makes you feel confident?
I feel confident when people compliment me. Whenever I'm on stage, I feel super confident, because I love being on stage, because it's awesome. So, yeah.
Thank you.